DUCTUS, EXEMPLO. Royal, noble, honorable brothers and sisters here in the United States and from around the world. EXJ Global News Network, the Light Kingdom Party, Mr. Caduceus and the Royal Order of the Divine Light want to talk today about DUCTUS EXEMPLO. Leadership by example. We certainly witness here in the United States a path of leadership that is quite different as the one that we wish for this nation to display. It is not a leadership of compassion. It is not a leadership of bringing people together. It is not a leadership that is focusing on evolutionary ideas and visionary concepts that advance America. It is not our relationship to other nations in the world that is significant for the White House. It is the relationship that is created today in order for the future to be great profits to be made and at the present time for great profits to be generated. This kind of leadership has divided America. It has brought the victims of the synagogue shooting to the conclusion they don't want our president to visit the synagogue. In fact, until today, we have not mastered with all the evidence existent to resolve the situation. When we have communicated the illegitimate president, it is founded on the way the presidential race has been conducted. It is about the support the Russians that have provided, and undoubtedly the intelligence community has confirmed long time ago such material fact. But the intelligence community also confirmed that the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia was involved in the killing of Khashoggi. The fact of the matter is, it appears nothing matters anymore. And in truth, there is no justice anymore. And in truth, everything goes as long as money and power are existent. And it's you, the people, that provide such power to such individuals. This is not about the elephant and the donkey. This is about the dove. And the dove is the Light Kingdom Party. The attention we have been given and the attention that others have received, also in every financial aspect, is quite questionable. You have recently witnessed the videos of music I have posted. And not only music is my passion, but music is a universal language. And I wanted to display to you, the people, that what you see is what you get. I display very openly who I am, what I stand for, what I believe in, and my great dedication and love to the people and this world. Our Creator has provided to us a purpose. And the victims in California, the victims at the synagogue, the victims at all the shootings, from school shootings to the shootings in Las Vegas. This have not been headlines, Royal, Noble, Honorable brothers and sisters. This is hate. And hate has been with intent, I allege, nurtured in this country to divide you, to destabilize the United States of America, and within this chaos to generate greatest of benefits. And you, the people, will need to pay for them in every aspect. If there is injustice in this nation, each one of you is in jeopardy. Each one of you can be prosecuted for nothing and convicted for nothing. Each one of you is dependent on a leadership that is corrupted. And a corrupted leadership has access to financial resources and powers that the common individual does not have access to. And therefore you, the people, are their slaves. And it is not only that America is morally, ethically, and politically bankrupt. We will ultimately slip into a financial bankruptcy as well. Our deficit is increasing with every single day. And it is you, the people, that don't mind. It is you, the people, that don't choose the dove yet, that don't go with the light, that don't believe that there is still a God existent, that there is a greater purpose, that there will at some point be a judgment day for you and Mr. Trump. But there will be. And the fact of the matter is that even though we believe our Creator is not watching, I assure you, He sees everything. And what we find okay in our hearts, what we find okay within the context of our consciousness, if we don't have morals, if we don't have ethics, if we are in support of injustice for all, then there will be a price at some point that will be needed to be satisfied. Make no mistake, it is the poor man, it is the man with virtues, it is the man with sincere powers of genuinity that will rise. It is not your wealth that will secure your path into the future. The only wealth that our Creator, our universal Creator, faithfully requires from us is to live a life that is DUCTUS EXEMPLO. Our children see what we do, and when there's nothing else we can give them as games, as video games, on the cell phones from 3 years on, then we are really a society that in truth does not deserve children. If we cannot communicate with each other, if we cannot love each other, if we cannot seek the unification of a global community that requires it, as the fire is burning worldwide, not only in immigration, not only in economy, but also in matters of our life resources. If we, as the United States of America, don't take leadership by reaching out to other nations and say, come walk with us. Let us make this change that is so necessary. Let us forget about building weapons. Let us forget about engaging in more nuclear device productions, but into creating a strong world that also is able, through an international, global, one world intelligence system, to acknowledge and find terrorism and the seed of war and conflict through the investigations, then we have, in truth, only done one thing. We have jeopardized the future of our children and our very own. For everything is a price to pay. Every action has a reaction. The abuse that we have directed on earth, the abuse that is directed daily to the people, the abuse that has been directed upon people that are discriminated, it will at some point ask for a price. The light rain is to come, and it might take a little bit more time. But one thing I want to make certain for myself and for future generations to acknowledge, that I have been standing for the right thing all along. That regardless whatever I had to endure, encounter, and walk through in my life, I never failed to do the right thing. Because after all, that's the only thing to do. The Light Kingdom Party. We are the future, and we will not cease to bring to your awareness how essential also in your very own life such light in truth is.